Hello everyone, it's Kendall here. I have a burn on my head because I'm wearing a wig, and of course I nick myself in the head. 'Tis what I do. So if that's distracting, sorry about that. This is just going to be a very quick pop in to kind of talk a bit about the state of Love is Blind right now. I did a video on the first 6 episodes. I said how boring this season kind of was, very regular. And I continued to watch the season, but that feeling didn't go away. If anything, it got worse. It was just a very meh-ass season. As of today, the weddings have just been released and it really went nowhere. Only one couple got married. I'm not going to spoil who that is, but if you, for instance, want to watch it, but there you go. But I was already thinking about not filming a video because the season is boring as shit and I genuinely don't feel the need or any impulse to talk more about it. But my final straw for why I wasn't going to make a video on the new episodes, it's because something's gross and I've gotten really turned off by how things are going, especially this season. For those of you unfamiliar, it's very common for something outside of the show and the recording of the show to somehow come out, and then that ends up being like a big talking point. It definitely raises ratings. It gets people talking. I know the spiel, whatever. And up until this point, it's been like messy things, but it hasn't been criminal things. There have been some allegations that I think are too big to ignore, but they have been. And it makes me go, ew, gross. I'm all right. So it started off actually last year where a woman was like crying on TikTok about Ben. You can deduce that it's about Ben, basically saying that she knew him and dated him for a little bit and he was a terrible person. There's no specifics about how terrible he was. It has since come out some stuff about him like giving people business cards after sex, which is stupid, gross, and kind of funny. But I bring this up that the woman crying was something that production was aware of enough to make it a storyline in the season. Like it was a recorded thing that they reacted to in the season, which leads me to believe that production is not ignorant to the very real conversations that people are having about contestants in the show. I'm using that as a preface. So when it came out recently that another man on the show, Alex, has some very alarming and very disturbing allegations against him, I expected them to do or say something about that. There's been conversation about him even before the season went out, but of course more people are seeing it now that the season has started, involving particularly child rhymes with brooming or predation, that type of thing. And as more time has gone on, there's been more allegations of similar things / very concerning and alarming text messages around assault in general, that if are to believe are indicative of a very scary and disturbed and dangerous man. The camera was focused on that tree the entire time. That's great. I struggle to believe that production knew nothing about that. And while knowing about that, he's still in the final product of the show and continued to be for a while. He's mentioned in the episodes after everything is done with him and Madison. And they present him as kind of like a fuckboy-y guy, maybe a bit of a liar, but not a predator. And also, as far as I'm aware, production hasn't said anything about those allegations, denied, confirmed, nothing. So I was like, y'all ain't gonna say shit? Nothing? Y'all not gonna edit him out? Y'all not gonna say, man, I wish we would have edited him out? You didn't say boo. And you know, for like, if we're gonna reference back to like past seasons, apparently there had been like whole couples edited out for reasons on par or less than this. There's even some suggestions that there were whole storylines with other people that were completely cut out to make space for the Madison Mason Alex thing, and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth to such a degree that I have no desire to make videos on episodes. What is it, like 13 that just came out? I have no desire to talk about it in that way. And as of filming, the reunion is coming up this Saturday or Sunday, and I think it's up for people to send over questions, and I highly doubt not a single question will be, hey, did y'all know that Alex is an alleged predator? But they'll act like it's not a question that people are asking. So yeah, I'm just turned off. I'm just turned off by the whole thing. I find it very, very gross. And it was boring even before that. So it's just like, I have no desire to participate. So yeah, I have no intention of finishing this season. May not even really talk about Love is Blind again. It really has like left a gross taste in my mouth. I don't know. I'm still processing it and what that means. Like, will I watch the next season? Will I talk about the next season? You know, stuff like that. But as of right now, that's really it's not, I'm not a fan. I have no interest in really plugging it, you know, because whether I feel this way or not, there is like a plug that goes into talking about each episode and blah 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 blah, blah. And I don't and if this is the amount of vetting that's going to go into the people that, you know, worst case scenario, Alex and Madison could have been together and it wouldn't just been like, oh, she's possibly marrying a fuckboy. She could have married a known predator, especially if they had known that ahead of time. And I just find that really disgusting. And if they learned after filming, they could have said something. They could have edited them out. They've edited out whole storylines of other people before, and it's been very doable. So I find it strange. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to make that clear in case anybody's been looking for those videos. And it's like, when are you going to talk about the next? Like, I had nothing to say anyway. And this on top just made me have no desire to even go in. Like, sometimes I'll go in tongue in cheek and be like, oh, I don't even feel like talking about this. This was boring, but I'll still make a video. This is like enough to be like, ooh, I'm all right. And I'm sorry for those of you that really like the videos, but I just in good conscience feel kind of gross about it and don't really want to talk about it. In like in the way that we usually do. Yeah, with that said, I have been taking recommendations for other like crappy dating reality shows, and a lot of people have been saying watch Married at First Sight if it's like something I would like, if I still want to stay in the getting married and it's a bad idea milieu, in that vibe. There's plenty out there, so put your suggestions down if you want, if you have stuff that you think I should watch. If there's a Married at First Sight season you think I should start with, yeah. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.